lived here my entire life. I'm 20 years old and I have a 2-year-old daughter. I know that a lot of people in this town have babies when they're very, very young. And that's because the town doesn't have a community center. It doesn't have some place for kids to go. Your children are running around the streets drinking at the age of 12 and that's acceptable. That's not acceptable. When I found out I was pregnant at 17, I was petrified to tell anyone, my parents, everybody. When I went to Sandy, she let me know that I didn't have to kill my baby, that I didn't have to give up and go route everyone else goes. So many girls in this town have abortions and they go on with their life because they want to be successful people. I realized that I didn't have to do that. I can give my baby a good life. It might not be a house on Allerton Hill, it might not be the best of everything, but it's good, and she deserves to have a life. And if Sandy hadn't been there to tell me that, yeah, you can get food stamps, it's going to be humbling and it's going to be hard. You're going to be on welfare, it's going to be terrible, it's not what you want to do with your life. But I wanted to be a mother, and I wanted my baby to live, and I wanted her to have a good life. And she will have a good life, and she does have a good life. And if Sandy hadn't been there to tell me about these services available to me, I can't say I would have made the same decision. And that's a very important thing to me. Because at that moment in my life, I didn't know what to do. I felt completely alone, I was completely petrified, I didn't know how I was going to provide for my daughter. I will take what I can from the state right now, but I can guarantee I will pay it all back. I will make sure that I tell other people this all the time. You can do it. You don't have to give up on your kids. People in Hull have babies, they get taken care of by their parents. They get adopted, they go to other people, they go right back to running the streets and drinking and doing drugs. That is not what this town needs. This town needs someone like Sandy to let people know that you can do something better with your life.
I found myself a few years ago, unfortunately. I've worked for 40 years. I lived in Boston, had a great job. I bought a house over on East Street. Unfortunately, I got laid off. After that, I had 2 surgeries, back-to-back, back surgery and hip, just recently, 4 months ago, hip surgery. And I've worked in 6 months. So it's been very trying, obviously. I have 2 children. I basically, went into Sandy's office. I needed food and I needed some help. I just didn't know where to go, what to do. Never been in a situation before. Like I said, I've always worked. So Sandy got, within 2 days, I had transitional food stamps, and that helped greatly. I also applied for fuel assistance. She did not do it for me. She told me the forms that I had to bring into her. Also applied for Mass Health because I was paying COBRA, which was $1,600 a month for me and my 2 kids. So, I mean, I just can't say enough. I don't know. I just can't say enough about what she does.
A disabled person who can't get out of the house, or you're a single mother with small children and no car, getting to multiple appointments is simply a great hardship. Whereas this person will go to your house with all the forms for all the types of assistance and help you apply for everything quickly and efficiently in one meeting.
We're currently in very, very difficult circumstances. Over the course of the last 5 years, we've seen dramatic reductions in a variety of departments, whether it be the police department, the fire department, the school department, the library. And in fiscal year 10, nothing looks better. Another question was, are there services that can be obtained that would provide that function of services outside of town government? And when you look at a variety of the cuts that we've made, that determination is yes, you can provide those services outside of town government.
I am also one of those people that is maybe 2 paychecks away, but I'm, on the same boat as everyone else. I've also lived in this community most of my life. So, I don't know what other board members are, but before this night's over, I'm gonna ask for a motion that we recommend to the town manager and the board of selectmen that they transfer $48,000 from capital improvement
So is that your amended motion?
more or less.
A and B.
A and B.
A and B.
Right.
Yes.
That way it's not restricted to capital improvements, so they can slice and dice. We have a small pie. I'm sure in that small pie we can provide $48,000 to provide this service.
Please signify by raising your hand.